Hi everyone, and welcome to this week's Tarocchi play. This week, I am going to pull one card from the Alchemical Visions Tarot to shine some light on what we should consider this week. I'm only pulling one card because if you remember with this deck, it is extremely intricate, very complex, and pulling three would take a half-hour video to explain. So I've been shuffling the deck. They're rather large, so it's a difficult job to shuffle. But I'll just connect with the deck and see what we pull today. Okay, let's cut the deck. Taking this top card, we have the Two of Coins. Okay, now the coins in this deck will refer to the pentacles. So we're looking at the earth element. And we see here the magician in the center of the card with a clown's face. Above him is the symbol for Mercury, and it's golden, just like his pentacles are. So the gold represents Mercury. You see, he's extremely elaborately dressed. There's lots of iconic symbols on his tunic. And behind him is this very large green lemniscate, almost looking like wings coming out of his back. Behind him, there's a choppy sea. And there is a sailing ship here that doesn't look as if it's doing very well, as if it's in a lot of trouble in the storm, but yet this one here seems to be sailing quite nicely, this white one here. If you look above our magician, there are two hands presenting two symbols, and below the magician here are five hands reaching out of the earth, as if reaching up to him. So what does all this mean? It's a lot of stuff. Okay, so let's start with the hands. Now the hands are blue, so we're thinking that these are coming out of the earth as if they are heavenly bodies reaching up, either to support him or to encourage him with whatever it is he's doing. And he seems to be playing. He seems to be playing with the lemniscate and the coins as if he's weaving magic. So is he responsible for the storm? And if you look at his face, we don't know if he's laughing or if he's crying out. Now, if he's laughing and messing with the ships in the background there, that's an indication of being caught up in ego. Whereas if he's crying out, he's a little distressed. He's basically acknowledging that our life will always move in flows of ups and downs. Now, the hands at the top of the cards presenting the symbols very similar to pentacles in their golden color, but these symbols, when they bang together, make noise. And so this potentially could be the voice of God, or it could be the music that the magician here, this clown-faced magician, is dancing to. So there's an awful lot going on in this card. The watery background, always the water is representing the unconscious. So what are we unconscious of, which is causing us to flail, as opposed to what we are conscious of that gives us smooth sailing? Now, traditionally, the Two of Pentacles is about juggling. It's usually about finances, where we're juggling our finances. Maybe we have an investment consideration that we're trying to decide upon. So two always is about deciding. And in this card, I'm seeing that as the whole message that we will always have the ups and downs of life playing with our centeredness, our stability, our security. And it's a case of being aware of what it is we're choosing in any moment and how that doesn't necessarily just affect us as individuals, but how it affects others as we move through our life. So if we want to listen to the music of the divine, of a higher power, and we want to maintain more balance in the lemniscate as we move through our life, if we want to keep this support from our spiritual friends and the higher realms, then it's about being mindful of choices and considerate of other people's reactions to those. So that's a thought for the week. Let me know how you get on. I love the color of his tunic. Might have to get myself one of those. See you next time. Bye now.